Jeff, what do you think of these beats?
I like it. As far as like superhero,
Yeah, there's something heroic about
music,
it.
Yeah. It's that horn. The horns let you know.
It is that horn. You're right.
Yeah, that this is heroic music.
What do you think of these beats?
It's heroic and it's J heroic.
It's back, baby. Okay, we're not here. No.
Devil May Cry's back, baby, in all caps. I love that.
I think this is a good tagline for Spider-Man Miles Morales. The be greater, be yourself feels like it fits tonally with the game quite well.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I really enjoy. I haven't quite finished this game. I am really having a good time with Miles Morales.
I am as well. But I'm starting from here rather than in the game because, dude, just here we go.
Okay. Look
how fast that is.
There you go.
Look how fast that was.
That's very fast.
You think that was fast? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Here goes. What? What?
That's crazy.
Man. It's real good.
Yeah. So that boot that you did there bypassed like on first launch, and then subsequent launches, it's happened sporadically.
Yeah.
It'll have the Insomniac logo and the PlayStation logo and the Marvel logo, and they're all unskippable, which to me seems like a failing of their process because they should force all that stuff to be skippable.
Totally, because I get angry when it pops up just because I want to see the magic of that short-ass load.
Yeah, and I've had it pop up at random like 3 days after playing the game, so you have a lot of skill points to spend.
Yeah, I've been banking them for this.
Okay.
As soon as I knew I was going to be the one running this, I was like, let's buy a bunch of skills on the thing.
Okay.
Since you're deeper into this than I am.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we need to... I should turn on subtitles before we do anything else. I don't know how much we need to disclaim spoilers here. I mean, we should definitely mention that it's possible. I hope we won't hit any. Yeah.
They asked us to spoiler tag specific characters and some of that other stuff. And, we're at a point in the story where some of those characters may end up getting mentioned and may not.
Yeah.
We're not going to go out of our way to talk very specifically about the story here.
We will not.
Other than to say that I really like the story. I really like Miles Morales. I think he is a more interesting Spider-Man than Peter Parker.
Yeah, he's got
in the previous game was.
He's got the whole tentative I'm just learning to be a Spider-Man. Kind of thing going on.
That's a really good place to be. I think a really interesting story to tell about the uncertain Spider-Man as Peter Parker goes on vacation and says, now you're the only Spider-Man. I like that they both just call each other Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yes.
They have not come up with... It's like a Gallagher situation.
Kinda, sure.
Okay,
it's Genki.
What's the plan?
What up, Genki?
Finn's family has a repair shop in Midtown. She used to do all her work there.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky, she still does.
So Genki will call you and do stuff. This is...
I don't think so, man.
I think you've said it a few times on different stuff we've done, but this is like the Uncharted The Lost Legacy of Spider-Man games, in that it seems like a shorter game, and obviously, it's the same city from the previous game and stuff.
Yeah, except now I can see myself in the mirror or in the windows.
Yeah,
check that shit
there you
out.
Go. Yeah,
that's ray tracing.
This is performance mode.
Yeah, I guess we should mention that. That was another thing Sony kind of stipulated, which is that. Where did they? Oh, visual. Sorry,
visual.
It's got 2 modes. We'll check out performance.
Sorry, fidelity.
Yes.
Fidelity mode. That's what.
You have to restart a checkpoint to see performance, so we will check that out at the end. But I just wanted to make sure to mention this is kind of the default mode. This is what they start you off in. Well, unless you set that system setting to prefer performance modes, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I guess you could always toggle it there.
Yeah. But so super familiar in terms of it's the same Manhattan map, controls for swinging and tricks and aerial stuff and the kind of Arkham style combat. Very familiar, but Miles has got his bioelectric venom powers on top of that. There is a stealth ability that I just unlocked at this point in the story.
Yeah.
Why don't we... So, I mean, if you played the previous game, the stuff looks very familiar, of course.
Yeah, different suits, different powers, different skill tree here. Yeah. We got our camouflage skills over there.
Yeah, so it's basically kind of stealth camo, your venom powers, and then I think this stuff is just sort of passives, right? Well, no, it's kind of...
No, it's more
generic combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this new venom power.
That's a good one.
Okay.
That might be my favorite. That's my like get out of jail free card. Like, oh, I'm surrounded by dudes. I'm just gonna pop them all up in the air and punch them for a while. It's really good.
Let's see here. Why don't we?
You're gonna want that,
so we can check out some camo a little more easily.
Yeah, the rest of the camo tree, I can kind of take or leave. I don't, you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
Also, all the skills at the end are new game plus skills.
Yeah.
You can't get those unless you're playing the game again, which is a weird choice, I think.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Web yank opportunist.
It's me.
That's what they call me.
Ooh, that sounds good too. Getting that. And enemies, not kind of. I found the combat.
I'm curious about that one.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I found the combat a little tougher in this one than the first one.
Really?
Like
so I'm finding it way easier.
So,
I had a lot of trouble especially in the bases and stuff where there were just a lot of guys to deal with. Like maybe I was just forgetting to heal because it is still that like down on the D-pad manual heal thing, and maybe I've just committed that to memory better by now. But I am tearing through wide swaths of enemies, and I think the venom abilities like that dash punch really
absolutely
makes all the difference.
Like I think that's the thing is that I'm not as deep in as you are, and I think I just had to train myself to use the venom powers more. Because the enemies, I guess, like the enemies have some interesting counters to some of the abilities you had in the first game. Like you don't triangle to yank a gun out of somebody's hand.
Yeah.
But there are a bunch of enemies in this game that use like on-the-fly 3D printed guns that just kind of materialize in their hands.
Yeah, so just make more guns.
So like the second, like 2 seconds after you yank somebody's gun, they just make another gun. So like some of the stuff you had before. Whoa, hello. Oh wow, okay. That's a
venom suppressing rocket.
That is a new one on me. I mean that makes perfect sense with what just happened in the story, but
yeah,
did not know that was something I was going to have to be contending with out here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like I kind of am inclined not to do the story mission here, just for the sake of not spoiling anything.
Yeah, but I guess to talk about it, like, you know, I think in general terms, it is about Miles Morales coming into his own and as a Spider-Man, and you know his mother is running for public office, and there's Roxxon, which is an energy company led by a guy who Simon Krieger, I think is his name, and that character is amazing. Really? Every time he's on screen, I haven't seen he's just like the fucking... No, you saw him at the very beginning. He's the guy.
I was going to say I haven't seen that much of him, or I haven't seen him...
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen him out of just like smarmy, feel-good CEO stuff yet.
That's what I mean. Like they have really nailed the voice and mannerisms and attitude of smarmy shitbag evil fucking CEO. Like he sucks. He fucking sucks. Yeah, I can see it. And it's a really good characterization. He's got he looks like James Spader almost.
Yeah, okay,
like
sure.
A young James Spader.
I can see it.
He just looks like such an asshole. James Spader was so good at playing asshole-ish roles. Maybe it's just because I love James Spader.
I could use some more James Spader facsimiles in my video games, frankly.
If they could have Spider-Man and Spader-Man get together, maybe we would have something. Yep. But until then, this is close.
Yep. So I've got other stuff I should spend real fast. Also very familiar. You know how this stuff works.
Yep. Yeah.
Why don't I just buy...
Suits come with mods and stuff too. Ooh. And, you know.
Decreased damage from ranged attacks sounds all right. Bonus spending power. Let's just get this one for now. Get myself...
Or you already... okay. You already have that second one there.
Use that. You know, a lot of the same stuff. I mean, you know, some differences in the details, but
yeah, very
similar. Like suits have powers, and then those can be mixed and matched with other suits, and then visor mods, suit mods. You've got gadgets, some of which are new.
I don't really use any of the gadgets.
Really, I've been finding the holodrone is a nice way to just kind of distract a few of the enemies if necessary.
Yeah.
Just might as well step through all this stuff, you know. They got the social media stuff, and
Spider-Man 2 is really good.
Yeah.
Just doubling down on the Gallagher 2 stuff, I think. is smart.
Did you do the side mission where there's a cat named Spider-Man?
Yep.
That was real good for me.
Yeah, some good missions in this game.
Okay, there we go. I was worried they had disabled it. So the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app, or FNMS, here is one of the big things they've added, which kind of just seems like a different way to present a lot of the stuff from the first game. Like, these are some of the, the kind of ambient crime events that you would encounter before, like the stolen vehicle and just the basic, like, break-ins and stuff like that.
Look for my ambient crime album on Spotify next week. Have it up in time for Bandcamp Friday as well.
Except it seems like I haven't tried accessing one of these from this app yet, but it seems like you can just so you can just spawn
it just
them
does that
now. And I assume I could just cancel out of that and do it again later if I wanted to.
Totally. Yeah. It's.
Should we do another cat mission? What's a good one on here?
I've not done a ton of these. There have been some that pop up that get a different icon that are like more involved side missions, and I've done those. But these, I did the emergency comms down one.
I bet I might have to fight in this one.
Yeah, it seems.
Let's do some of that. Yeah, I want to do some more of the Venom power stuff.
Yeah, it's swinging is still a really good time. It still has the trick system.
Yep.
You can still hold down square and stuff. That Venom jump lets you kind of just have a longer combo if you want to burn a Venom bar.
Ooh.
And you can just more tricks there once you've boosted up. I like the attitude of the character and stuff like that, and those around him. I think it's got a younger vibe to it that I think is it just feels like a more modern story. I don't know than when I think of like, ooh, all right.
I didn't know he could levitate too, man. That's a good power.
So I've encountered a handful of bugs playing this as well. I guess we should say it sounds like they do have one more patch planned before actual launch.
Yeah. And so right here.
Yeah. So that may be something that no one will ever see. But last night I took a scrzinshot of a cutscene in which Spider-Man had no head.
Nice.
And it's amazing. So I will post that at some point. Maybe after the game is out or something. But
hey all.
I've had it hard lock and not even go to like the crash message.
Nice.
Like it just like I could bring up the dashboard all I wanted and all that other stuff, but the game itself was just straight up frozen.
Please.
And then I've had it crash a couple of other times on top of that. I had also like it reset all my settings.
I'm pulling together an
It turned off subtitles, and I was using the accessibility feature to turn all the tap QuickTime events into holds.
Hey, Spider-Man, I'm Sam.
And it turned that off too. It just reset all my settings to default, seemingly. And I don't know why.
Lady, do you mind?
Today we're supposed to have 2
trying to help this guy out.
Pickups, but our GPS
Like, hi,
transponders say there
Spider-Man.
are 3.
I'm Spider-Man now. He's talking to me.
Yeah, I have also run into a slightly noticeable number of bugs, but again, another patch is bound before
We'll know which one shouldn't be out there.
before release day. So
hopefully that'll clean that stuff up. It really just it mostly seemed just like fit and finish type stuff, like relatively small things. Though I mean, crashes are bad, obviously.
Yeah.
You could use the camera
I had to
in your system
redo
grab license plate
part of a
numbers,
mission for
and
that.
I'll
So
run them against stolen car databases. Try it on that truck.
well.
all right. Hold down L2 and look at that license plate.
I couldn't move, and I was just worried because we're talking about bugs. I was worried because this is how I got stuck before. He got locked into something where I couldn't move anymore.
Oh.
So hopefully, okay, that's just part of the mission.
I got the truck locations from Feast, so you should see them now. Snap the plates, and I'll run them against the database.
You're the best, dude. Stand by for pics.
Yeah, Miles is very likable and just like well-meaning and sort of community-minded. And
nothing beats this holiday stress.
you know,
Yeah, like it's. I think part of this story is Miles Morales is
There's
out
one.
to
Just need to
help
snap the
Harlem, which ends up being the centerpiece of a lot of the crimes and stuff in the game, and so it does have a different
Checking the
neighborhood
plate.
feel. He's like recently moved there,
The truck's legit. Keep looking.
and yeah, it's. It's a good setting. It's a good place to tell this story, I think. As someone who knows next to nothing about the Miles Morales Spider-Man and all that other stuff, like I was able to get into it right away and not really have to have a bunch of other knowledge. Though I will say, apparently that's him turning invisible is just a thing he can do. That's a normal thing outside of this game.
Sure.
I say that because when we recorded the hotspot, Vinny just said, "So you can turn invisible, right?" I was like, "Oh, is that a thing?" Because in the story, he just kind of does it out of nowhere all of a sudden, and I'm like, "Oh, I guess that's a thing I can do now, huh?"
Whoa.
I was like, "Wait a minute, regular other Spider-Man can't do that, can he?" So what do you got? Okay, there you go.
Okay, running the plate. Bingo. Follow that
Yeah,
truck.
they touch on the events from the previous game with his dad a little bit, not a ton.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious to see where some of that stuff's going, or they build on that stuff well, for sure.
Yeah, and the game has a previously on at the very top of it that kind of sets up the oh, by the way, Miles Morales was in the other game and he got bit by a spider. Anyway,
sure.
So he's a Spider-Man now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was useful.
Pretty good joke in there later on. I think they're pretty good about doing maybe a version of this joke all over the place in all Spider-Man fiction nowadays, but good references to maybe other Spider-Mans or spider animals that have existed.
Sure. Yeah, that previously on was useful for me, even having played that first game. I remain irrationally angry about this, but what can you do?
I mean, you're mad about a character that is barely in the game.
I know he's barely in it, but I mean, they are putting out that, what is it called, Ultimate Edition of the original game?
Right. Did they change it there too?
Yes, he has also changed there.
Okay, well, that'll be
whatever. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but
we have not seen that remaster of the other game. They have not provided that at this time.
Yeah. Oh, is this close enough? Probably not. Probably also not.
No dice. Gonna need a clear shot of the face.
Ooh.
Might I recommend pushing up on the D-pad and then jumping down there?
Oh! Right. I haven't actually used that before. I bet this doesn't last very long.
It does not last super long, but should be long enough for you to do your business.
I just got this in the last cutscene. Did that count?
I thought it did.
Seemed like it. Well?
Push your R3 again. Does those guys still show up the same? Maybe just get right up in his face. Just turn invisible and walk up there real close. Just see if you get a dialogue.
Cross-referencing.
Okay, I was about to say, if that's not close enough.
That's our Joe.
Oh,
Follow.
That's your Joe.
that's my Joe. Yo, Joe.
That must be the buyers.
Once they're together, you can take out the whole operation.
Whoa. Time to stealth it up.
I'll cut to the chase. You're about to have the
I don't remember if the previous game had Far Cry marking like this or not.
Oh, really?
I cannot remember.
I don't remember either.
That they, they stay visible permanently once you mark them like that.
You've been following the news? The toy company announced last night that they're having trouble meeting them.
Oh no!
Toys from kids?
Well, crap.
Were you guys trying to get on the top of my butt-kicking list?
Fight him, man. It's okay.
Oh, but I like.
Or yeah, I guess
I like stealth in this game. I don't think you can resume full stealth in this game, though, right? Once they're.
You can with the invisibility.
Well, they won't go back on. Or they won't go back to their places, is what I mean. They'll be on patrol, I think, from then on. But like, whatever. Maybe, yeah, right. I should just fight him though.
Actually, I took the Spider-Man oath, so I think I can speak for him here.
Yep, launcher and web swing, and, there you go. That's the... Yeah.
Yeah, that's some shit.
Yeah, the launcher, and then you can widen the radius on it. That launcher is really good.
Saved. Now just check the truck and make sure the toys are still there.
Oh boy. Oh no, it's one of these guys.
Hands off the merchandise!
Oh, hello.
Genki, I found the toys. Just cleaning up some stragglers.
Cool. You got this, buddy.
Flatten you, kid!
Your venom meter charges pretty quickly.
Yeah, it really does. I've got the, I didn't mean to use it on that guy.
Holiday cheer right now?
God, that feels good.
Yeah.
I believe I've got power active that makes it charge faster, or it's actually a passive. It's one of the skills.
Yeah. And there's, eventually, like, you get one that makes it just so doing a finisher gives you 40% of a bar on top of that.
Wow.
And so you're really just
venoming constantly.
Yeah.
Venom punch is very good for those guys, so you don't have to worry about breaking their guard.
Totally. It opens them up, even on top of that, to where if you follow up after the venom punch, you can just murder them. They're done.
Sam, I found the toys. I'm sending you the location, but they're all safe and sound at the docks in Midtown.
Oh,
Just ignore all the
glad
bodies.
To hear that. On my way over right now.
Can't thank you enough, Spider-Man. You just saved the holidays for a lot of kids. I'll make sure these toys get back safely.
Glad I could help, Sam. You have yourself a happy holiday.
Get my little shot of dopamine as my app says you did something good.
Yep.
You
could.
A lot of
tokens.
Like a lot of tokens, actually, out of that. Which seems like it would be a pretty fast way to rack up suits and so forth.
Yeah. I just realized just now as we were going through this menu that, like, oh, right, I haven't upgraded any of the gadgets because I just don't really use them all that much, because you use tokens and tech parts for that, too.
Right.
Or maybe is it both, or is it just tokens? Anyway, maybe that would make me like the gadgets more, but they just haven't seemed vital. Just some webs here and there.
Yeah, they like I said, they've been good for crowd control in a couple spots, but anyway.
Doesn't get much better than thwarting a gang of toy thieves and saving the holidays for kids.
You said it.
And as you level up, I think the last game did this, I could be wrong, but as you level up, you'll get bonuses on a level by level basis. It'll be like, oh, plus 5% swing speed.
Yeah,
and
more health.
Here's more health, and yeah.
I can see myself in this window.
Yeah. What happens if you change it over to the other mode?
Should we check that out now?
Then what do the windows look like?
Let's see. Did I hit my checkpoint on that mission? That's fully done, right?
Yeah, that should be fully done.
Because you have to. You do have to reload checkpoint when you change this, which happens very quickly.
Yeah,
it turns out, and it's quite
that's some frames right
pretty
there.
Nice frame rate, actually.
Yeah.
But they do just.
But where you do get some Spider-Man.
I guess so.
Just not as much, a little lower res, perhaps. But I mean, you're on a 1080p TV.
Yeah, we're capturing it,
right?
Yes, we're capturing a 1080p. I will say on a 1080p TV, this game looks noticeably very sharp in the fidelity mode, which, I mean, it says right there, it's a 4K resolution base.
Mm-hmm.
Like that downsampling is still noticeable even on a 1080p TV. It looks very, very, very sharp. But yeah, you're losing ray tracing and some other stuff by playing it on this mode.
Yeah, and I'll say, I've been playing it in 4K with HDR, and I've stuck with the fidelity mode just because I'm curious about those sorts of features in the game, the reflections and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And looks nice. Looks very nice. The lighting, especially, you get, down in the subway tunnels and stuff like that. There's some good dark areas, and seeing those electric powers pop off and stuff. There's some light puzzle solving. It feels like this game is very much like every puzzle is solved by you draining power or giving power to a thing.
Yep.
And that's kind of like, man, there's no power. If only there was a generator here you could punch with electricity to make it go again.
Do you end up having to do any of the pipe dreams style puzzles from the previous game? Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it just cuts to a straight up actual puzzle view and you're just like, matching pipes together.
I have not seen any of that. I almost said yes because the door hacking, there's some door hacking in Watch Dogs that is that kind of rotate the pipe type current thing. And I almost said yes, but just because I've been playing 9 different open world games at the same time.
Yep.
No, I've not seen anything like that. I've also, so far, and I am getting pretty close to the end here, I have not seen anything that really resembles the kind of stealth sequences of the first game, or the stuff that does seem like, oh, there's maybe another character trying to get through here.
Oh, right. The
like that stuff from the first game. I've not seen anything.
I completely forgot about all the like the MJ sequences.
Yeah, I've not seen anything like that that has been like very harsh on the fail state and like, hey, you gotta keep
right. God, I completely forgot about those.
I have not seen any of that in my time with the games. I can't say for certain that there's none of it because I've not quite finished the game and I've definitely not done all the side stuff.
I talked to somebody who has finished it. Sounds like you're right at the end. It sounds like it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's like pretty tight and
totally. I like the story.
No one wants to defend
I like the story, but the story moves and it does not fuck around. I feel like though at the same time well, yeah, I guess I won't actually say what I was gonna say because it's kind of a fun little surprise. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a very long game. There's a lot to do here, obviously, you know, because it is so chock full of side stuff. But it does have some, I believe, some suit mods and stuff, as well as those skills on the skill tree that are New Game Plus. I don't see myself doing a New Game Plus. Unless I finish the game and suddenly I'm like, oh, you got 85% of the trophies, just knocked them. I'm like, all right, maybe I could be talked into it, but
Be more subtle next time, or just don't do crimes.
Don't do crimes. You don't got to do those crimes. Be a kid against crime.
What if crimes though?
What if crimes? You've sold me on crimes.
I appreciate that this is still in here. That nobody falls to their death.
Yeah.
In Spider-Man's world.
Right. They're always somewhere.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else we could do with, again, like I just passed a very major story beat and I'm just a little skittish about if we do the next story mission. It may, in fact, it sounds like it very much will touch on exactly what happened.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, the thing, and I think that goes back into what we were saying about the story being tight, is that every story mission feels like it means something.
Yes.
It doesn't beat around the bush with a bunch of, like, it puts the side stuff into the side stuff, you know? Like, there are stories to be told there, and there are mysteries to be solved.
Yeah, that's what's up with this. Like, some of the missions you'll get out of here have little, I mean, I hesitate to call them, like, straight-up story, but, like, a tiny little narrative that go along with it, you know?
Yeah, like, and there's another class of mission that'll show up on this activity thing that has a slightly different icon that is, like, a more involved... side mission that has an arc to it over the course of multiple missions.
I believe that's where I found Spider-Man the cat.
Cool. Some raft escapees jammed
it's
up
a very satisfying side story, I'll say, as well.
Yes. So one other thing I wanted to try out, and I'm kind of tempted to actually quit the game before we do this, is...
Okay. These.
I have not really been using these. These
are pretty crazy.
So I've been doing these. I've been doing all this stuff in context because, you know, like actually going to it on the map and kind of getting to it in game that way. But
just to do the first traversal challenge or something.
Do like the first combat challenge because
but it doesn't show up, and
that's a shame.
Trophies normally show on this list too, but the trophies for this game are currently blocked on the server side, which is something they do for a lot of PlayStation games for years and years now.
Is it worth quitting all the way to menu and doing one of these just to see how quickly it gets back in?
Sure,
I'm curious to see that actually.
Go quit the game and go back to home and like force quit it, right? Oh yeah, let me close it there.
Okay, and then
up one. No, I'm sorry, Dad.
Can you access those from here?
You can.
Is it because the trophies are blocked by any chance?
It's probably because the trophies are blocked.
Oh, that's a shame. I just wanted to see how fast it could load the entire game to do that. Do any of these have them?
I don't know if DMC has it. Astro does.
Okay, so maybe those just aren't turned on for Spider-Man yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, from the looks of things, you would be able to launch those challenges we were just looking at straight from here.
I preloaded Call of Duty earlier today, and it already has activities on the activity list, which is weird because I can't launch the game for 6 more days. But it shows up like seemingly every multiplayer mode, so it should show up now that you're you've got the game launched, maybe?
Maybe not.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, maybe you got to...
Yeah.
This might just, again, this might be something just because the pre-release nature of it.
This very much seems like pre-release stuff, for sure.
What's it supposed to be about Ujima? Not
it's still pretty damn fast. Just get right back in here.
So now go ahead and just go to that list again and...
All right, I'll do the traversal.
So this ends up being like a really good... I mean, there are fast travel points in the game, but like this is... You're right here.
That's pretty fast.
You're here at the start of this mission.
This challenge tests your point launch skills. Hit all the checkpoints before time runs out. Approach the prompt to begin. You got this.
Oh, I'm ready for this. Let's boogie.
I don't know. I'm on camera here.
How about some point launch practice? Heads in. The point launch is an essential spider skill. And you got a motor. Web swinging will get you there, but point launch will get you there now.
Oh no. Okay, it just has to be through the gate. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I screwed up.
You got it.
I screwed up. Get up there.
Halfway done. Keep it up.
Counts. Counts. Oh, okay. This doesn't actually care at all as long as I go through the gate. That's much better.
Keep going. You're almost there.
I thought it was way more strict about that. I feel like the trophy ding noise on this thing is not as prominent as it could be. I don't hear the trophy most of the time.
I've been hearing it, but I've been wearing headphones a lot of the time, so...
But yeah, man, that is like...
Was that for Howard? I've heard about his pigeons.
Keep up the great work, and I'll...
Kind of tempted to just do that again.
Yeah.
That is a fast way to pop these things off. And these are relevant here because those open up these things down here.
Yeah,
doing those challenges.
Yeah, you get abilities for completing those, which is nice. It's like a little separate set of skills. This stuff was in the most of that stuff was in the previous game.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. It just fast travels you there and immediately starts the mission. Like, or in some cases, it'll take you right outside the, like I had a mission where it was like, go home, where you kind of go and change and do a little story sequence or something. And it basically just like teleported me right outside the window. And,
I do find myself a little more hesitant to use these for certain like story missions, just because I kind of want to fully experience those in context and not have like
it takes you, it doesn't... Yeah, but I think the thing you'd miss is like, it's going to play the podcasts. It's going to, you're going to encounter crimes. You're going to find collectibles on your way there and stuff.
Well, so the bigger one for me is just like, I want to know which tile that on that menu corresponds to which icon here. It's just like, okay, now I know I've done that mission that I have been eyeballing for a while.
Sure.
Like, it just makes it a little bit harder to keep track of what's what in the game sometimes, but that's just a personal preference kind of thing.
Sure.
What am I doing here?
Web throw windups.
Okay, yeah.
You just gotta hit them. Just steal their pipes and hit them with it or other objects. And
nope, that's not an object. Can I do it with anything?
Got him.
You have to hit them just on the windup, not on the toss.
Oh. How you like me now, hologram?
How you like me now, hologram.
That one.
Gotta give Pete props.
Kind of want to clump them all up around me and then do it.
Man, it's effective.
Ow.
Nice hit.
Sorta getting dizzy. Having fun though.
Come on, at least give me the silver. Come on, grab. Dude, keep knocking me out of it. I'm not gonna get it.
Good.
I got it.
That was.
And I think now, I think that's what gives you the ability to now you can just like mash triangle while you're spinning. Yeah. Okay. And he'll just keep spinning. So that's cool. Or he won't, I mean, he'll eventually throw it, but he'll spin more if you want to get more wind-up hits.
I don't think what else we could do besides the story mission, which is very spoiler territory. The only other thing I can think of is, can you manually load from here, or do you have to quit back to menu?
I think you have to quit.
I think my previous save is at least a different time of day here. I think a lot of the nighttime, the dusk. Oh, that was one thing that the previous game I thought did super well. Actually, how do you get to your manual saves? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Now that
I accidentally deleted all mine.
Yeah,
in a,
I've been. Oh,
there you
here
go. Load game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, these are a lot of. Let's see, manual. This one, I think. Yeah, I believe that's it. Yeah, the first game had a nice use of time of day as a way to kind of punctuate story beats.
Yeah,
like it was not a dynamic day-night cycle. It was something they used to help set mood. You know,
right?
Like, oh, this stuff's taking place at night. It's a little bit more dire. Oh, now it's raining and overcast because some shit just popped off.
Yeah, this will do the thing of like your next story mission might not be available for a little bit, so it'll be like, oh, I got some time to go fight crime,
right? Or do crime? No.
Yeah.
So glad you asked, caller.
Yeah, I just want to load this because I think a lot of the dusk and nighttime stuff looks extra good in this game just because of all the reflections and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're still in performance mode, right?
No, this is. I'm sorry, this is back to fidelity mode.
Back to fidelity. Okay,
that's what I was. Make sure. That's what I was set to in this save. Yeah, so this thing is 50, I believe, standalone, right? I'm pretty sure that's right. That's right.
Is it?
I know that to be right. I'm just second guessing myself.
Okay, for a second I was going to say, wait, isn't it 40? But
no, because that went up. Remember, just as 60 went to 70, 40 went to 50. But I don't remember how this is packaged with.
Yeah, there's an Ultimate Edition.
Right, that's the one I don't remember, which again we don't have access to.
Yeah, so there's, yes, so it is 50 for the regular edition. And let's see if I can find the Ultimate Edition. They've redesigned the PlayStation Store, the web version of the PlayStation Store, and I gotta say, not a huge fan. Okay, so it's 50 for standard edition, 70 if you want the remaster in there as well.
Okay, that's fair.
It's also available on PlayStation 4. I have not seen it running on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
but
same.
It is there.
This is an older story mission, so I'm just gonna pop in here real quick.
Yeah,
just to at least show off what some of the cutscenes look like.
Hey, Molasses! Up here! Fire escape's shakier than it used to be. Careful on the way up.
Yeah, I think this game looks real good for being built out of a PS4 game.
Definitely. I mean, you know, that PS4 game looked really good too.
Yeah.
So, you know, they had a good foundation to work from.
Yes, it does not feel like compromised in any way. Like it feels.
Almost
it feels pretty properly next gen.
Give me a hand.
I mean, honestly, with the load time stuff, this maybe feels like one of the most next-gen games I think I've seen.
Well,
yeah.
this and Astro, I would say.
This and Astrobot is because of the controller stuff.
You know, we haven't seen Demon's Souls or Sackboy yet.
Right.
But across both consoles so far, this with the load times is probably the most eye-opening thing I've seen.
This code.
Yeah.
Not always gonna be around to tell you.
We'll remember.
We'll remember. Yeah.
So,
good. Now,
anyway,
what are you gonna put inside
anyway, that's Miles Morales.
Yeah, it's
right.
It seems pretty damn solid.
I think I like it more than the first game. I mean, obviously the first game established it, and that's meaningful. But
I like that game quite. The story in that game went some directions I didn't expect and got way better in the kind of back third. But my only real knock against this is that it is exactly the same map from the first game, and that's not super interesting. But like, what are you going to do with the Spider-Man game but put it in New York?
Right, yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of unavoidable, but it is kind of just swinging around that same area again.
You know, you're Spider-Man on vacation, DLC, Spider-man in Moscow or whatever.
Yeah. Peter Parker, in fact, is on vacation.
They could literally tell that story if they wanted to.
Leaving Miles to be the Spider-Man instead of other Spider-Man.
Right.
Which is kind of a theme of the game. But otherwise, like story-wise and side activities and stuff, it seems pretty good.
Only Miles and I know.
A fitting addition to your launch PlayStation 5 library.
Sure.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
You gonna take that job at Rockstar
More
or
next gen
what?
coverage coming soon.
Why? You gonna take it if I don't?
It's
Maybe.
now gen.
Wait to see
Okay,
the
current
offer.
gen, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Competition, eh? Well, they're talking a good game.